Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. It's been a minute.
I know. It's been a minute since Eleni and I have been on Instagram Live. We are done with Poshmark or Posh Fest Day 1, 2019. Yeah. We got a late start today, so we didn't make it to everything, but we did get some pretty cool swag. So we'll show you the swag we got in our little bags first. If you don't know what Posh Fest is, it's Poshmark's annual conference, and they talk about all sorts of stuff here. And this is our second year together. There's other videos I have from last year's Posh Fest. I am a little disappointed that it's not, that it's the same, very much the same information. It's very similar information than it was last year. And I also really wish that there was a more advanced track for people like me and Eleni and others of you who have been selling for a long time or have sold a lot of things on there. They're just really still not providing like more in-depth analytics or more in-depth data on your closet and your listings or anything like that. We went to a segment that I thought was going to be talking about Poshmark's business components, and it was supposed to be with some executives at Poshmark, and it ended up them talking about how
to build your Poshmark team.
Like how to build your business and hire people.
I'm going to make a team for my sales. That's not what we're doing.
I don't know. It was not what we expected for that segment. So, but we're going to show you the swag. And for those of you who don't know, this is my best friend forever, Eleni. We've been friends since we were kids, and she sometimes makes guest appearances on my channel here. So
wait, we got to show them our shirts.
Oh yeah. It's gonna look like we're flashing you, but we're not.
We're not flashing. But we have these cute shirts made because we're PFFs and BFFs.
PFF besties, and then it has our closet name under them. So
if you guys want to follow me, it's LNEKAT. Share my closets, and I will share yours back.
They can't see that.
You gotta spread the love.
They can't see. Anyway, let's show them our swag.
All right, so swag. They gave us a lot more stuff, I feel like, this year.
Yeah, there was more swag.
But we got this cool t-shirt.
I love how it's like data chart on it, and they don't even really give you any data.
What are these dots?
What?
What are the dots for?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Aaron.
What are these dots for?
I don't know.
These are my absolute favorite. These little thank you cards where you can write stuff on the back. So when you sell stuff, you can put, thank you so much for your purchase. I like these. I stole Rebecca's. And then they gave us this cool Poshmark notebook with a pen.
That we took notes on after the conference.
Yeah, we got notes for you guys, actually. So I'm going to be reading those off. Cute Poshmark water bottle. Don't put this in what's it called? The dishwasher. Because it will melt. You can say these because I don't know what these are called.
They're polymailers. So they're the
polymailers. They
gave you some shipping supplies. So we got the compostable mailers that they partnered with Poshmark. So No Issue is the company that they have worked with, and these are like that. And then they gave us some Poshmark tissue paper and Poshmark tape that I think you have to lick.
Do you?
Ew, I think you do.
Wow. I ain't licking no tape. So.
Smell it, and you have to like put water on it for it to work.
That stinks.
No, you can have that.
No thanks.
And we got Poshmark stickers.
Simply Gum. Has anybody tried this?
Gross.
So we got this
natural gum.
And I'll be eating a piece tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how that goes. This cool thing, which I just like stationery stuff, but you have like sticky notes, more notepad, and a pen. So that's from the post office, and there was a man from the post office at Posh Fest. There was a woman last year, and he was just sitting there listening to people complain. I felt really bad, but I mean,
They need to get it together. Reality of that.
We got stickers.
I love those.
A $2 coupon for some Califia Farms creamers. Which, by the way, I tried the pumpkin one with 0 sugar. It's disgusting. Don't get it. Paid $6 on Amazon and tossed it. And this nifty.
What the hell are you doing?
Tape measure.
All right.
What else? Oh, we bought these though too.
Yeah, we did.
So they had a little area where you can buy Poshmark stuff. We bought these sweatshirts. Aren't they cute?
They're kind of like just long sleeve though.
Yeah, they're the thicker sweatshirt, but they're super soft. So
everything is overpriced.
Yeah, it was overpriced. What else did they have? They had an
bags.
iPhone case. They had bags you could buy, tape, a wine, like, what is it called? Tumbler.
Yeah.
T-shirts, stuff like that you could buy. But
they were pimping out their swag, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? eBay, look at how when we were at eBay Open last year, they had 1 million booths with pens.
eBay's were not cute though. They had like T-shirts and sweatshirts, and they weren't very cute. Well, yours was cute. The rest of them were not.
You trying to say mine wasn't cute? Well, anyway. So
yeah,
we went to a couple segments today, and what I will tell you is that I firmly believe that Posh Fest is for meeting people, networking, and if you're a beginner,
if you're a newbie,
learning from other people. If you are a seasoned Poshmark seller and you're selling, a lot of items a month, or you've been on the app for 5 years, don't expect to come to this and learn like a tremendous amount of information. So we went to this last segment, and where's that? It was with the chief data officer came out and talked in the beginning, and said kind of the same thing they said last year.
Yeah.
And then so the thing that I wanted to talk about today, because you guys know I'm all about the data, and when I called,
and we're all about selling. Let's be real.
When I called the data guru to tell him what they were saying, didn't he laugh? He was like, "Are you kidding me?" All right. So in fairness, I feel like they were, how they say you're vague booking when you put something really vague on Facebook and like people are like, "Ooh, what do you mean? What are you doing? Where are you going?" I kind of felt like they were vague booking us, but vague data-ing us, like just giving us enough information to be like, hey, we did provide you with some data. But this is not, anyway, here so it was, the presentation was numbers speak louder than words. And it says data is the foundation for determining success. And who doesn't want that? Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned veteran, this session will put you in the mindset to analyze your business data and explore untapped potential. So in my mind, they are going to show us how to use either the sales report or their data to help us grow our closets, like, stuff that we can learn from our data, because it says analyze your business data. So that's what I was thinking. So it was with Ayush Goneka and Audrey Zhou, Zhou. And so while their information was interesting, I'm going to give you an example. So they said that Poshmark titles with more than 4 to 5 words sell 60% more often. So make sure you're filling out your titles, making sure they're the brand is in the title. Don't put things, make sure relevant information is in the title. So don't put host pick, emojis, all of that kind of stuff in your titles. Emojis. You want to make sure that it's the brand, what it is, and the size, and color. And that's, and color. So things that are specific to those items. Descriptions with 20 to 25 words have a 40% more chance of selling. So if I've seen so many that I just go and I look at the shoes, like maybe I'm looking at a pair of shoes that I want to buy, and the description just says size 6 or really great shoes. And I know we've all seen listings like that. And it's like, why are they so great? The one account you were showing me today, and it was like yellow sandals. Oh, yeah. And it was just very basic, generic information. Yeah. So the more information you can provide to people in the descriptions, in my mind, that means they're more confident in the item that they're purchasing. So that results in a 40% higher chance of those items selling. Adding the original price of the item only increases the likelihood of people buying by 10%. So that was interesting to me because I thought that that would be more like people would see. But now that I think about it, so many people put that the original price was like $1 million for like a pair of Kohl's pants. And I don't know why, but I think part of that is that people don't trust the original sales price. So they don't use that as a determining factor of like, oh, I'm getting a great deal on these.
Really?
Okay, if you went to someone's closet and they had Levi's jeans and they had all the Levi's jeans were worth $425, but they had them for $40, would you be like, this is an incredible deal. I'm just going to pay the $40 for these jeans?
Negative.
Right. So like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because it's not a correct, like the mental information doesn't register. It's not like, oh, these were originally $98 and I'm getting them for $40, but they were really $98. You're showing, like you sell a lot of new with tag stuff. So being able to show the actual new with tag information, I think that is the better way to go versus just making up a random number and putting it in there.
Yeah.
I have also started, if I know what the original price is, and I do this on eBay because there's really no place to put an original price. But sometimes I'll write it, if I'm new with tag items, I'll put like $425 original price.
In the title?
In the description.
In the description?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too.
Okay. People who list more than 5 items a month have a 50 to 60% chance of making more sales. And that was the end of that information. So I feel like that is one where listing more is better, but that really.
And if you think about it, that's not really a lot. Like I've heard a lot of people say 5 items a day.
Right.
To boost sales. That's a month.
They're saying 5
to
a month.
6 a month. So I don't know.
I mean, obviously all of these sites want new listings. Like all of the reselling sites, the goal is to get money, to get investing, to be able to maybe sell off their companies. So all of them want to be able to say they're having new users, new listings, new activity on their site. So to be able to say that if you list 5 items a month, that's a way to keep you active on the site. Now, if you list 5 items a day, that's about 150 items. That's going to result in a lot more sales. If you're listing 100 or more items a month versus 5 a month, I mean, obviously that's going to be, it's kind of like an obvious factor. Like if you're listing more, you're going to sell more. I don't know. So that was that one. Okay. If you have more, so there's a lot of people that talk about having separate closets. And at one point in time, I tried to have a separate men's closet, right? So I was going to have my regular closet and then my men's closet. I see a lot of resellers now that are like, I'm going to have a home closet. So they're going to have like a home closet and then they're going to have a regular closet, or they're going to have a kid's closet. And after I thought about that, I'm like, this really doesn't make any sense, because why, if they want to buy from me a really nice like coffee table item, and then I have a pair of jeans that they want, they're going to have to pay double shipping. So they would have to go to my Boss Lady home closet and buy the trinket and pay the $6.49 shipping, or whatever it is, $6.99 now. And then they would have to go to my other closet and buy the clothing item and then pay an additional thing. So the more departments you have, so whether you have women, men's, kids, home, you're 20 to 30% more likely to get sales. And part of that is that, people come to your closet looking for one thing, but they might end up buying another. So let's say they come to your closet and they're looking for shoes, but they look at your shoes and they're like, yeah, I don't think they're going to be comfortable or whatever. But then they start scrolling through your closet and they see a pretty, I don't know,
purse.
No, well, yeah, a purse or a home item or a kid's item.
Or an accessory.
Yeah, and they're like, I really like that. Then they end up buying that other thing. because that you have other things besides just shoes in your closet.
Right.
So, and then more categories. So the departments are the bigger overall departments, and then the categories are like shoes, tops, jeans, pants, that kind of stuff. But if you have more categories, then that gives you a 30 to 40% more listing. So if you just have a closet filled with shoes, your likelihood of making more sales is lower than if you have a closet filled with shoes and coats and purses and bags and kids' clothes and men's shoes and everything else.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
yeah, because the more that you can get from one person, especially since they have to pay shipping, and it's not like you can buy on Amazon, you can buy from multiple sellers and only get one shipping cost. So they're going to have to pay more. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have men's stuff in your closet?
Just like 6 or 7. No, I'm lying. I have Converses that are men's, but those are men's and women's. Sweaters, jeans. I guess I have a couple of variety items of men's coats.
I sell more men's stuff on eBay, but I think it's because I have more like just dress shirts and stuff. I don't have trendy men's stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is then they started talking about followers, and it seemed like the threshold number that they mentioned was 20,000 followers. So if you have more than 20,000 the higher number of followers you have, over 20,000, increases the likelihood of you making sales. So if you have more than 20,000 followers, you have an 80% more chance of making sales, which I thought was interesting because people leave the weirdest comments. I should just ignore them. So
I didn't read it, dang it.
it was something about coming from another country and being a farmer.
Hey.
Okay, so more than 20,000 followers gives you an 80% chance of more sales. So having more followers, but then also following more people increases your following count, because they're saying that when people follow you, you follow back, which I have never done that. And part of that is because when they used to have the old news feed and you could just see what people were sharing, I actually shopped a lot from the news feed because I follow people's closets that I like. So like I would follow, if I looked at your closet and I liked everything you had in there, I liked some things or I bought something from you, I follow your stuff so that then my news feed is filled with things from people that I want to buy from.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you.
Well,
because so I started Poshmark later, a long time after Rebecca did. And at some point, my followers were dead. Like weeks would go by and I wouldn't have very many followers. So one of my fellow Poshers named Nikki, hey Nikki, I asked her, I'm like, how do you keep getting like 4,000 and 5,000 followers every week or two? I don't know what the duration was, but it was like really soon, like close. And she told me, follow people and they'll follow you back. She goes, just hit that blue button. And I did it, and I still do it. I still follow a bunch of people. Like every day I'll try and follow 100 or 200 new people a day, and it boosted my followers. So I did it give me more sales? I don't know.
But that's my point.
But at least it ups your numbers of followers and hopefully gives more chances of sharing and giving you more sales. So I don't know.
But if you follow 100,000 people and 100,000 people share their items, what is the likelihood that what is the percent? That's what I like. What is the percent chance that, especially now that they changed the newsfeed to being the way it is now, which I don't care for. I want to know like what the likelihood is if you have 20,000 or you follow 20,000 people, what is the likelihood that those shoes that you just shared, you are going to see them? Because if you're not on the app at that very moment when it's coming down, or you're not searching at that very moment, so does that mean you have to share your stuff 24/7? I mean, the reality is it's by chance that that item might come up, because if you're following all these people and they're all sharing at the same time, your stuff isn't going to be seen.
Yeah.
So
or it will be seen at that moment, whoever's on at that very second, you know?
Right.
So who's saying what?
People click on it. Yeah. I'll talk about Excel in a second. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't really understand it, because when you follow people on social media, like if you follow 100,000 people on Instagram, you're probably seeing less than 1% of those people's pictures. So what is the likelihood that your followers are going to see your items that are shared in that news feed? They were talking about the news feed, but the news feed stinks anymore. So anyway, I don't know. Okay, so next up is sharing to parties. Sharing to parties, 15 or more items, gives you a 60 to 85% chance of sales. That's the one number that my husband laughed at, because 60 to 80% is quite a wide range of, like, it's like, hey, you have a 20 to 80% chance of making a sale if you do this. So it was just kind of a pretty generic number. So I don't really know. That one, I have actually, I don't know. Do any of you shop the parties? Like, I don't ever shop the parties. Maybe because I'm not looking for some of those brands. And if you are looking for those brands, you would shop the parties. But like, I think out of the 4 years I've been selling on Poshmark, I have had one host pick sell.
Oh, like, we don't want to talk about host picks.
Well, no, but like I've never had.
I never sell a host pick. I think one time.
Yeah, I don't
They just don't.
And I've hosted parties, and I've picked stuff, and I've done that. But I don't know. And hosting a party didn't really get me anything but people bombarding my listings, asking me to pick their items as host picks. So I don't think I would host a party again. Okay, this was the interesting one. They talked about the different features. So, like, offer to likers, there's an 80 to 90% chance of making a sale, and the same thing with price drops. So if you use your features, then there's an 80 to 90% chance. Then how can I offer likers to 300 of my items and not get more sales, like, and have one person buy one of my items? So to me, I understand that feature works, and I see a lot of people on Instagram. And I offer 20%. I do the discounts. I've tried to track. I've had Aaron try to track, like, okay, this one was this price. I mean, it ended up driving me crazy to figure out what the magic percentage was. Was it free shipping? Was it discounted shipping? I will tell you that 90% of my sales are discounted shipping. So a lot of that, like if I send an offer to someone, a lot of people, they're like discounted shipping.
I don't know. Mine's a mix. Because then they'll counter with like something $8 lower, and I'm like, okay, but you're still going to be paying another $4 in shipping or whatever, $1.80. I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
So, but you've done a lot of offers to likers, and you don't make any sales either.
No.
And it's the offers to likers are going to the new people. So, like, that should be a trigger. And then the price drops.
I never price drop anything.
I mean, I will sometimes, but it hasn't, like those Tory Burch shoes that I bought last night. She had the original price at $175 and offered me $80, and I took it. So, I mean, that was a pretty significant
a big price drop.
So I took that. And then this was fascinating. They talked about counter offers. So like, let's say you make an offer to someone or they make an offer to you, it's really low, you don't want to take it, or, you find it offensive or whatever. They said counter offers they result in a sale 30 to 40% of the time, which I can understand that, because there have been a lot of times where I have countered and they just ghost. You never ghost. They're like, bye. But they ghost, or, you just never see them again. They just don't buy from you. But that was basically the information. This is what the information was that they gave in the whole thing. And it was basically like, use all our features and you'll make more sales. Isn't that what it seemed like?
Yeah, so they wanted you to do like a trifecta thing. So the description, the followers, and the shares, and the price drop, and offers. It was like, do all of this and you'll make money. We're like, oh, we've been doing all of this.
Right.
Or at least 80% of it.
I mean, yeah. So, to me, it was just very general information, like, hey, all of our features work. Some of them work better than the others, but if you use all of them, you have a better chance of making sales, which, yes, but like, I want to know how to make sales without having to give them away, or constantly reducing prices or dropping prices or giving people discounts.
Yeah.
I think that at this point it has just...
for us, I don't think it was anything new. I think that if you're new to Poshmark and you're new to reselling, I think it's great information.
Yeah.
But for the people who've been doing this a while, maybe tomorrow. What are we gonna go to tomorrow?
Okay, so tomorrow morning we'll learn about the new feature. So every year Poshmark announces and launches a new feature. So hopefully that they'll tell us something exciting. What feature do you think they should offer? If you have one, comment below, because I can suggest it to the team tomorrow. They have it's called App Me Anything, and they have some of the digital technical people there where you can make suggestions and ask them questions about different things from the app. So basically that is going to be tomorrow. So
more characters in the title.
Tomorrow is going to be in the morning. So we'll find that out in the morning.
Yeah, I agree on the pictures. Sometimes when I'm scrolling and I see people's photos and they're super dark and cloudy, I'm like, your stuff is blurry. How are you going to sell those jeans with that blurry picture?
But you are buying that. There are people buying that stuff. Like, if you look at those people's closets, there are people buying stuff that is like laying on the floor with crap all around.
Or your shirt is brown and you have it on like a black background. Like, you can't see it very clearly.
Yeah. But so tomorrow we are going to do the hackathon reveal, which is what they call the announcement of new features. And then there seems to be this year a lot of hype around these Poshmark markets. So these like departments that they're calling them, these Poshmark markets. So there were several segments that were talking about them. There were also several segments this year about how to manage being part-time, how to go full-time, going full-time, what it's like going full-time. And it's great to talk about that stuff, but no one talks about the real stuff about going full-time. Like, how do you pay for health insurance? And, where can you open a savings account or a investment account, or how do you pay your taxes, or what, here's your generic sales report. So I love that people share their stories about how they do full-time selling. I think that's great. I think that it's important to share our stories and to teach people. But if you're going to teach people to go full-time and you're going to encourage them to do so, there needs to be a discussion about the full picture. What would you, okay.
What are the risks?
Okay.
And stuff.
So Eleni works full-time and she does Poshmark as a side hustle. Okay. What would you do if you were relying on Poshmark.
No,
right
I would be homeless.
Right.
My last 6 months have been awful. Awful, like so bad. There would be no way. And I think that if I wanted to do full time, I feel like I have enough inventory to consider it. There's no way. I would be homeless. My dog would be homeless. I wouldn't be here. There'd be no way.
Right.
So,
like you would have to have a whole, a real business model. Yeah. Like it's not just, hey, I quit my job and now I'm selling full time and everything is great and I love it so much, but it's stressful. Like it needs to be a serious conversation about what are the ramifications about quitting your job. And this is highly personal to me, and not because of Poshmark, but because I did quit my job to start a business, and it was the most terrifying, stressful, financially effed up decision that I have made in my life. I ended up selling my wedding ring. I took loans from friends. I borrowed money. I mean, it was just, I was up all night wondering how I was going to pay my employees. Like, it is not something to be taken lightly. Like, I'm just going to quit my job and I'm just going to sell full time. So that's what I want to see. Someone in one of the comments asked, what kind of content would you like to see? I want to see more advanced stuff. Like, how do you actually, you know, get more inventory from wholesalers? Not come buy the wholesale stuff from the Poshmark market that's marked up because they have to make those. Okay, so you buy something. Eleni's a wholesaler. So Eleni buys her stuff from Jill's boutique to resell on Poshmark. Ooh. I buy stuff from Eleni, which is then marked up and Poshmark makes 20% off of. And then I'm expected to sell this and mark it down and then hopefully make a profit on the boutique items. But like, I don't want to buy it from them. I want to know how to find boutique items. Like, how do you find
would be a really cool segment to go to.
Like, how do you actually,
and how do you know if they're like legit good quality? Every boutique item that I have bought is just saying.
It smells.
It's awful. Awful. And that makes me not want to buy anything boutique ever again because you can't return it. What are you going to say? Well, this quality's crap. You can't. They don't care.
Right. Like, how do you find manufacturers, or how do you find things like, if you want to do private label stuff on Poshmark, how do you do that? I mean, I know you can do it on Amazon, but you know, they want to have all these categories and they want you to be able to do all this stuff. Well, how do you do that stuff? So more advanced stuff about that, more advanced features on sales reports, your data, who's looking at your listings, how many people are looking at your actual Poshmark profile. All of this stuff that you need to know to run a business. You can't run a business with a janky sales report that has 20 columns and you have no idea. Like, someone commented in here, why can't you get your information, download your inventory to Excel? Yeah, duh. Like, if you want people to be big resellers and have hundreds of listings on your site, you need to get it together and have some actual, like, substance to the information you're providing to us. Yeah. You know, you did $1 billion last year. Like, take $1 million, I don't know, take something of it and teach us, those of us who do want to make a full-time living out of reselling, or those of us who do want to transition into full-time, or those of us who do want to make Poshmark our primary platform, help us do so by providing this information to us. Like, I just, it's so frustrating. Like, we paid, what, $500 for these flights, $300 for this ticket.
The other thing we're going to say is that next year they need to put the agenda out before we buy tickets. Because if we would have seen the agenda, would we have come?
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Just because we like to vacation together and all and network. I mean, we love seeing all of our posh fellow friends.
Yeah, I mean,
so that part is nice and fun. And I feel like we can tell each other you know, what's been going on and things that are working and whatnot. But they need to release the agenda before we.
And the reason that I think that I'm so upset about it, like that I'm getting fired up about this, is that I really love the Poshmark platform. Like I enjoy selling on Poshmark.
I do too.
I love the ease of it. I love the flat fee. I like the shipping. I really love selling on Poshmark, but I want to do better selling on Poshmark. I want to sell more. I want to be able to maybe gravitate less on eBay. I want to be able to grow and multiply and make more sales and do 6 figures. I want to do all these things, but I feel like I need more information and I need some like actual stuff to help me do that. Like actual stuff for the app. Like, I don't know. It's like, I felt really like bummed out today. I don't know. It was like, we were looking through this agenda, like, now what are we going to go to? I mean, there's a segment here, and I hate to listen. Violet, I spoke with Violet, and I love her very much. This is nothing against the speakers, but there's literally a segment about how to make friends, like how to be PFFs with people. You guys, if you need to learn how to make a PFF.
I mean, really, we don't need to make friends to sell stuff.
Do you need to spend?
If your stuff is good, you don't need to make friends. So
yeah, but like I get it. It's like a social thing. You make friends. Like how many people did we meet that we met last year that we knew that, you know, on social media, or we know them on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Like that's amazing. But like I don't need to spend $250 on a ticket to come
to
watch a segment about that. Like.
Yeah.
Now, there are good things about, well, okay, one more bad thing, then we'll talk about the good thing. Why was the food almost the same thing as last year? Like,
I bet there's a million lives today on Instagram or on YouTube talking about the food from there today.
Why? Why is it pulled pork again? Like, why isn't it tacos? We're in Arizona. Or like, I don't know. What is Arizona known for? Why don't we have that? Like, I get it. In Texas, we had like brisket and whatever. But like, I don't know. That chicken was like, meh.
The chicken was meh.
And why was my watermelon salad warm? I don't get it. Anyway, so.
Yeah,
but
what was good that you were going to say?
So what I really like
Mexican food in Arizona because it's cheap.
I love that they have like the that they had the Instagrammable things where you can take pictures of people, and the beauty, they have a beauty bar so you can go get your hair braided, you can get makeup on, but like what?
A click fest. Well, maybe. How much of self-sharing do you ladies do on an average day?
Well, I pay someone.
I don't. How much self-sharing do I do a day? I share my own closet several times a day. And I share, if it's an average day, I will share other people's closets. And I also show parties too. So I don't know. It just depends how busy I am throughout the day.
I pay someone I found in a Poshmark group $30 a week to share my closet 3 times a day.
It's working for her. I ain't paying that much money, but I feel like I might want to do that on the side. Like, I'll share people's closets for $30 a week.
No. I don't even want to share my own closet. I'm not sharing yours. No thanks.
What else?
You know, I don't know.
We can report back tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day.
I do think, though, that these are better than eBay Open.
Oh, yeah. It's better than eBay Open.
Now, the food was better at eBay Open. eBay Open had a spread for food. Like, they were like, these people want to eat. So
You guys think $30 a week is a bargain for how many shares? I don't think that's $120 a month.
She shares 400 items 3 times a day.
Nah, I'll keep my $100 and share my own closet.
Nah.
I'm not doing that.
Nope, not doing it. So
I only have 165 listings. 15 a week. I don't think that's as bad. But
I'm not doing it.
I feel like that's a new trend anymore. There's like a lot of people advertising.
You know what?
They're gonna share for
You know what?
whatever.
I just thought of this. Speaking of hiring people, that would be a good segment. How do you hire people to help you list, to help you take pictures, to help you do your inventory? How do you grow your business from one person to 2 or 3? Like, how do you grow your reselling? How do you how do you trust someone to take your pictures? Or how do you train them? How do you that would be a good
pictures
segment.
should be a good segment. Because I want to know how to take nice pictures. I mean, my pictures are okay, but they're not like professional.
Well, they had a segment for that. You should have gone to
No,
the
they
Posh.
did not.
It was for cover photos. You should have gone to that
They
one
did
then.
not.
They did too. It was on here.
I didn't see it.
It says, yes, we did.
I did not see it.
Then it's tomorrow.
Then we need to go.
I'm not going to that.
Then I'm going to go and you go do whatever.
I'm going to go get my hair braided.
Be far.
It's tomorrow at 10:20.
All right, tomorrow at 10:20, I'm gonna go check out cover photos. That'll help me because I need some help.
I also lost my Burberry sunglasses today, so if anyone's watching this and they went to
Shayla's
Posh
losing
Fest,
her mind lately.
I left my brand new phone in a Uber, but I did get it back. That man did bring it back for me. So overall, I mean, I'm glad we came. I like coming. I love meeting everyone. I love talking to people. There are segments that I like to go to. I do like that the executives are accessible to people, that Manish is walking around. He talks to people. He takes pictures with people all day long. I think the team does a really good job at organizing
Hold on.
things.
We got one more topic to talk about.
What?
Last chance.
Ugh.
Because they just said, tomorrow's 50% off of Goodwill. We can go do that instead. Talk
I'd
about
rather go
last
to
chance,
Goodwill.
please. Nordstrom, they don't call it Nordstrom, but all of that stuff is from Nordstrom's, and it's all gross and used. And they're
Say
selling
Nordstrom's. It's Nordstrom.
it. Last chance, whatever. It's
All right.
multiple. We're going to do multiples. Plural.
If you don't know what last chance is, it's literally where Nordstrom sends their stuff that they can't sell. So it's stuff that has been returned. It's stuff that won't sell. It's
The majority is returned.
It's things that they've repaired.
Shoes that, because Nordstrom has a really great
get the
return
shoes.
policy.
Hold on. I have a pair of shoes that I bought Erin. Hold on.
Nordstrom has an amazing return policy, which is why I shop there. But I'm not going to buy a pair of shoes, wear them for 2 weeks, like every day, and then return them, because that's what all of those shoes look like. They all
right.
look worn.
So Aaron wears thrifted shoes all the time. I buy them for him because he is very hard on shoes. He walks to work. I don't spend a lot of money on his shoes.
There were people waiting in line there today to go check out the designer section, which they had 1 minute to go and look at, and then they were out of there. We're like walking down there. What are these people waiting in line for? They're waiting for the designer section, which, by the way, I saw an Yves Saint Laurent bag in there. It's like one of these little camera bags, a little logo. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I was peeping over the side. I'm like, I wait in this line. I'm going to peep over. I peeped over. This bag had a hole in it. I don't know how much it cost because she wouldn't tell me. She's like, you got to go wait in line. I'm like,
Well, that's like those Manolo Blahniks.
But
that
it
they
had a
sold
hole in
like
it.
$500 for it, and they were missing a rhinestone. Okay, so I got these Cole Haan shoes. These were $40. These are in pretty good shape. I don't think these have been worn outside. I think these were like sample shoes or something like that. They have a couple of cuffs on them, but these are like over $200 shoes retail. So I got him these. But I also got him these.
Those actually look pretty good, but these ones you can tell they were worn.
These definitely, someone wore these for like a week and then returned them because look at the, can you see the bottom
Yeah,
and how dirty
same.
they are? I mean, the bottom is dirty.
But
Now-
they look great. I mean, you
Okay.
can't tell unless you look at the bottom, but still.
And these, they have priced higher than the clean, nice ones. So thankfully I had Nordstrom note, so I used that. But like, I mean, I'll be able to take these home. But there's like hair on them. There's a sticker on them. I mean, the sides of them have like scuff marks. But listen, I'm not complaining because I'll clean them up. But they have no business pricing some of that stuff in there. What they had it for, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
And what, today was Friday. It was super busy at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we overheard somebody say that they do, what's it called?
What?
Where they go at 7 o'clock in the morning and stand outside and hand out tickets so that they can get in first.
I thought that was for the designer stuff.
I think it was to get into the store. So yeah, I was not impressed by that place whatsoever.
And there were, well, I'm thinking there were 1 million people in there because a lot of them were here for this conference. The last time I was in there, there were not that many people.
None of those people were coming to the Poshmark conference.
There were a lot of young girls in there.
Nah, there were a lot of men in there trying to shop too.
Oh well,
I don't know.
There's men that sell in Posh. There were men at our conference, like 10 of them.
10 out of the 5,000. I don't know. So yeah,
it is.
That's what we got for you guys today.
Yeah, I have a really hard time with people that like ram their carts into you and bump into you and don't say excuse me or like grab stuff. I don't do well with that. So I just tend to avoid situations where like Becky might come out. We need to avoid that.
Becky or Karen, I don't know.
Yeah, it's Becky. We need to make sure Becky stays.
Some lady
down here
walked right into me there today, and I didn't move. She didn't say excuse me.
Only my mom can bring out Becky. She's that's good. Love
how they sell those.
So anyway, that's been our experience so far. We had a good time last night at the taco party, and we went to bed at 9:30.
Well, we were almost up for 24 hours.
But it was 12:30 our time, in all fairness.
Yeah.
And so tonight we're gonna have a low-key dinner. And then Eleni and I are off to Vegas on Sunday morning. So we are going on vacation after this. So last year we went to Posh Fest, and then we went to the Bahamas. And so this year
we'll settle for Vegas.
I don't know. I really want to go back to
the Bahamas.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But so if you can kind of turn it into a trip, another segment would be like, what do you write off on this trip for your taxes? Like, what can you write off while you're at this at here? So there's just a lot of different things. Like accounting 101 would have been a great
I need help in that area.
Topic, like having an actual accountant come in and talk about like what you should be tracking. Not like, hey, it's January 20th and you haven't done anything from last year. Like, I mean, that was a learning curve for me, and I'm still not totally on it, but I just think that for those of us who are doing more and selling more, and since they're promoting selling full time a lot at this conference, they should have more segments or like an advanced track. They did have an inventory. You want to talk about the inventory one? Because I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at stuff.
Yeah. So my inventory personally is all over the darn place in my house.
I sleep on it the
bed. I wanted to go to that segment. They basically all said to prepare the item ahead of time, bag it, stick it in a bin, and then put a number or a letter on that bin and on that specific item that you've already prepackaged and stuck in a bag, and put it in your listing. That way, when it sells, you know where to go and grab it from. That's the bottom line. So I need to go buy more bins, and I'm not sure what else. So.
Wow, good story.
Yeah, that was a really good story.
Don't start a YouTube channel.
I think they like me.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Eleni has stuff in boxes and closets and everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how you find anything.
Because I know where everything is.
By the way, this is coming from someone who sent me a picture of her closet after she came back from being gone, and the whole shelf and thing had ripped off because she had so much stuff in her closet that it literally ripped out of the wall and fell on the floor.
That was my personal closet.
That's a serious stuff. That's a serious amount of stuff to rip. And you have a long closet. That is a serious amount of stuff to rip off the wall.
I had too many heavy jeans, I think, on there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my inventory, and I've done videos about this, I have them in bins. my bins go dresses, shirts, sweaters, jeans, whatever. I just stick them in the bag. I was using a barcoding system in our other apartment, and I'm lazy. I have not kept up with that. I will be the first one to admit that. But I do still track all my inventory. It goes in the bins, has a label on it. I also have someone that helps me with shipping. So when she comes over to help for shipping, me being organized is so much easier for her. Like, yes, today she was at my house and Wednesday. And she comes and she knows where everything is. And the one thing that I separate out are like coats and blazers and big heavy sweaters. I just hang those in like a closet that I have in my office. So she knows if it's like a bigger thing to just look right there. And then my shoes are just divided up by style. So I have heels, flats, wedges, ankle booties, boots, and then they're just all in different bins too. So yeah, you don't have to have a fancy inventory system, but I would encourage you to have a system where it protects your items. So you're not stumbling when you go to find something and then, you know, the shoes are messed up or the heels messed up because you just threw them in a box or in a bin or in a bag or whatever.
I got all my shoes in bins. And then I got them thrown in my master closet
you need
too.
to use protection.
I put them down very nicely. They're not thrown in there or smushed. Okay, not all of them anyway.
What else? You guys have any questions?
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Sorry, I went on like a tangent there. But if you guys have any questions, we're happy to
have to
take
cancel
them.
an order because you can't find it. That happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I sold a pair of shoes. Wasn't because I couldn't find it. Well, I couldn't find it. That's because I sold it and I didn't bother to put it on my Excel spreadsheet or take it off of eBay.
I am impressed you use the spreadsheet.
Time. Yeah, I'm not very good at Excel. That's another segment they should probably have at Poshmark.
They should.
Because I don't know. I had a
like
friend
an
put it
actual
together for me.
Last year. Remember last year we thought we were going to go learn Excel, and the guy was like, no one knew what he was talking about. Like he went on this whole thing with stuff, and when you're at Posh Fest, there are only like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
25 to 30 minutes are each of the segments. So you're like, okay, I have no idea what you just taught me because you went so fast and we only had 25 minutes. Like, how about like just how do you enter information into a cell? I mean, I have Aaron to help me. So, but like,
well, Aaron's going to be helping me too because.
So I think tomorrow we will find out what they're expanding to or if they're adding new things. So tomorrow night we'll do another live before we go to the party, and we'll cover the information. But we also are going to the pool tomorrow afternoon, so we're gonna have to figure out what we're going to, the importance, rank the level of importance of things we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like when we go into eBay Open, I feel like there are so many sellers that are selling different things. Like I met people who sold tires and antiques and cars and electronics.
Yeah.
And I don't really
anything.
Like I'm there to learn stuff, but like I feel like I'm saying like
you can't relate very well to that.
Right. I want to talk to more people that are doing similar things that I'm doing. So for being here, it's nice because you get to talk to people that are all doing a similar thing. So you can find some cool tips or techniques or, like I thought it was interesting in the inventory one where she put the code for her, where her inventory was in the end of her title. So when she got the Poshmark email about like your Eileen Fisher size large orange sweater, and then she had
that ain't all fitting on the title.
BK 20 or whatever.
That's not all fitting in the title.
Then
I agree they need to let us put more words in the title. But yeah.
It's like a big
we can all learn from each other is our point. And that's the nice thing about coming to these events.
Eleni loves taking pictures of you guys when you want to take pictures with me. It's so much fun.
There's something else in here. I don't know.
You're like, hey, I know you. Will you
Some
take our
Moscato.
pictures?
Tomorrow I'll be having some.
I love it though. I love meeting people that I help.
No, it's nice. And then I get to meet them too, so it's all good. Come say hi to us tomorrow if you're on and you're here.
Yeah, so
We'd love to meet everybody.
if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. You know, don't forget to subscribe.
Can you
I
use
always
priority
forget.
flat rate envelopes for shipping?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I always forget to like promote my channel and be like subscribe and like and stuff. I don't know. I just want to provide entertainment and education to people.
Yeah, it's nice. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys. We're going to tune in tomorrow night because we'll have another video.
Thanks for joining us.
All right. Bye.